What is a nuclear blast? A nuclear blast is a type of explosion that occurs as a result of a nuclear fission or fusion reaction. It is characterized by an intense flash of light, followed by the emission of both heat and radiation. Nuclear fallout is created when radioactive material is released into the atmosphere and then settles to the ground. The nuclear fallout can be in the form of dust particles, liquid droplets, or gases from various sources. What are the effects of a nuclear blast? Nuclear blasts are a form of nuclear explosion that can lead to the release of radioactive material. This exposure can cause radiation poisoning and radiation sickness. The effects of a nuclear blast depend on how close you are to the blast, how powerful the blast is, and what type of radioactive material is released into the environment. The effects also depend on whether or not you were wearing protective gear at the time of the blast. How to prepare for a nuclear attack? The best way to prepare for a nuclear attack is to have a plan in place. The plan should include what you will do if the attack occurs and how you will get your family to safety. The best thing to do during a nuclear attack is find a sturdy building or basement and stay there, away from any windows or openings. If in an open field, the best thing you could do is stay prone with your head down, cover exposed skin, and don't look at the flash or fireball, knowing you may have only seconds to react, but being in the open is already not in your favor. Some good things to include in your plan are: find out the evacuation routes from your home, work, school, or any other place you might be at when the attack occurs. Find out where the nearest fallout shelter is located and how long it would take for you to get there. Know where your nearest hospital is located and what other medical supplies are available in your community. Make sure that all members of your household know how to turn off gas and water lines if necessary. How to survive in the first hours and days after a nuclear attack. The first hours and days after a nuclear attack can be the most dangerous. There are many myths about what to do in the event of a nuclear attack, but there are also many helpful tips that can save your life. Make sure your home has been prepped in case of an emergency. You should have enough food and water for at least 72 hours if you need to stay in your home during a nuclear attack. If possible, find out if there is any shelter near your home so that you know where it is when the time comes. People can usually emerge 24 to 72 hours after the attack, but listen to communications for any important instructions from officials. If shortly after the explosion you feel dizzy, nauseous, get a headache or vomit, seek medical assistance immediately. How to prepare your family for an imminent nuclear attack. It is a scary thought, but a nuclear attack may be imminent. The best way to prepare for this is to educate your family on what they should do in the event of an attack. The effects of a nuclear attack can be devastating. The radiation and other dangers are not limited to the blast radius, but could linger in the air or water for years. The best way to protect your family is to build a fallout shelter in your home, preferably one that is underground. Make sure that you have a plan in place. If you have an emergency plan, then you can make sure that your family knows what to do when the time comes. Be sure to include things like where to go, who will take care of the kids, who will take care of the pets, and how to contact each other if cell towers are down. Find out where you can go if there is an evacuation order and make sure that your family knows about it too. You want them to know where they can go in the event of an emergency so they don't panic and run away from the danger zone without any direction or knowledge of their surroundings. If you don't have a plan in place yet, now is the time.